Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I got this olive green smoky eye matte glam. When I say matte, I just mean the face. I really like kind of went in with the powders today. Usually I'm a little more dewy, but yeah, you know, the seasons are changing. We just had fall back, and I feel like when the weather is colder, like I'm allowed to wear matte makeup again, if that makes sense. Like in the summer, you're sweaty, you want to be a dewy ass bitch. And when it's kind of colder, I'm like, okay, let's get some coverage, let's put some powder, and it just is warm and cozy. So if you want to see how I got this look right here, please keep on watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. So first, I'm just prepping my eyelids with the e.l.f. Camo 16-Hour Concealer. This is a matte concealer, and I'm just using it to color correct my eyes and act as a backdrop for my makeup. Going in with my Tarte Shape Tape in a darker shade, I'm using this to contour my eyelids. This is just going to add a bit more dimension underneath my eyeshadow. And the e.l.f. concealer I use is actually a dupe for the Shape Tape, so that's why I used it. They're both similar textures. Going in with this palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, I'm just going in with this light brown color to kind of work on my crease. And then for the lid, I'm going in with the olive green, and I'm just working this into my eyelid and kind of diffusing out the color. I'll be honest, I didn't really have a game plan going into this look. I just knew I wanted to use this palette, and I just kind of played as I go. So here I'm adding more dimension into the crease by applying this warm browed shade on the outer corner. Then I'm going in with this green shimmery shade. It doesn't look green right here, it looks gold, but you'll see once it's on my eyelid it actually is green. And I just really loved this eyeshadow. Like, it has so much dimension. It's like you saw before, it looks gold, but it's actually green, and it just looks really pretty in the light. Going in with a darker green, I'm just adding more dimension to that outer corner. And to add even more dimension, I'm going in with my Morphe pencil in the shade Secret to kind of draw out a wing, but then blend it out into a shadow. Using the brush. This brush actually comes with the palette, and this palette I got at Namie's, and it was 50% off. Using the darkest shade in the palette, I'm just adding even more dimension to the outer corner and packing this into the outer V of my eye. And then I clean up the bottom and really shape the eye with a makeup wipe. This makes all the difference. Going in with my Makeup by Mario pencil, I'm enhancing that wing, and I'm actually going to line the entire top part of my eye, including the inner corner, to kind of have a slight fox eye approach. I draw the line and I blend it out with the other side of this pencil, which is a brush. I'm obsessed with this product, and it performs really well. Going in with my tried and true Pro Glow in the shade 207, I'm just applying this to my skin with a damp beauty blender. As you can see, it just really provides a nice coverage and a dewy glow just so effortlessly. I know I said I'm going for a matte glam here, but I just can't go all the way matte. I love a sheer dewy foundation, and then everything else can be matte. That's fine. Just like this contour right here. This is a matte contour. This is back with the Shape Tape. And even though this was matte and does dry kind of quickly, I was able to get a pretty good blend by applying some more product to the back of my brush before blending it out, so I'm not just blending out the lines on their own. What I love about L'Oreal Pro Glow is that even when I'm going for like a more matte look, using that underneath just gives you a little bit more life to the skin, so you don't look like a crusty, dusty girl at the end. Going in with this e.l.f. concealer, which I thought I was being so cute, and LOL, it was upside down. This is in the shade Light Peach, and I'm using this to highlight the center of my face. This shade is really light, so I'm going in with Medium Peach, which is a bit more closer to my skin tone, and I'm kind of using this as a transition shade. I could have just used this as my concealer, but I wanted a little bit more brightness, so I just used both. And again, blending out with that same beauty blender and putting a bit more concealer around my nose because that area can be a little bit red sometimes. And you'll see I'm blending out my nose last because I really want the highlight to stick. And then I'm going in with that lighter shade and just strategically placing it on the inner and outer corner of my eye just to give a little bit of highlight and also dimension. Everything in this look is about dimension. That's the name of the game. And so I'm applying that same technique to my face. Having leftover product on the brush and the beauty blender also really helps blend this out. And I was listening to the new Ariana Grande album while I was doing this makeup look, so I was definitely vibing out here and there. I would have kept the audio, but I don't want to get sued, so just pretend that this video is to Ariana Grande because those were the vibes. Going in with my Charlotte Tilbury, which, yeah, I think I need a new one of these. I'm just taking a big fluffy brush and setting kind of the outside perimeter of my face. I'm going to go ahead and bake in today's look, so I just want to kind of have a transition powder so I don't have any like creasing or harsh lines. For baking, I'm using the Wet n Wild Loose Banana Powder and applying it with a super damp beauty blender. And I don't really know why I was going so hard in the paint with the baking, but I was just feeling it. I think I was a little cold and I thought this would keep me warm. I have no idea. Or I just wanted a really bright under eye. But it ends up looking good at the end. This is definitely more than I would usually bake, but I'm happy with how it came out, so definitely stay tuned. Going in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills pressed powder in the shade Warm Amber, I'm just contouring my face using that same fluffy brush, taking that same powder on a smaller brush to contour my nose and to apply underneath my eye and my lower lash line. I love doing the lower lash line while I have some bake on, just in case there's any fallout, even though this is a contour powder, which doesn't typically have a lot of fallout, but just in case. And then I'm just blending out my bake. I didn't feel like I needed it to sit for too long, considering it just was just looking a little extreme. So I said, you know what, let's just make sure we didn't go too hard. And I think it worked out pretty nice. Everything looks soft and blended, and I was content. With my Wet n Wild blush in the shade Pinch Me Pink, I'm going to just apply as much of this as I can. Honestly, I like the color of this blush, but I feel like I have to do 117 layers before I like really get the color that I want. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, this is a super affordable product, so you know, if I have to spend a little extra time to get it to look the way I want it to, that's fine because I already saved the money. And here I'm just curling my lashes, and before I went to go apply my mascara, I decided I wanted to take some of that brown Secret eyeliner and apply it to my waterline and to my lower lash line, and to kind of blend that out with a brush just to sort of complement the top part of the eye. I love using brown on the lower lash line. I feel like it just gives a softer look than using black. And then I'm going in with my mascara. This is my MAC Extended Play. This is my favorite mascara. I like the tiny little skinny brush. I think it does a really good job of just getting in there and not having any BS. Like, I don't need a huge brush that's gonna get mascara everywhere. This lip liner is called Coffee and Kissy. It's very small because I love it and have used it so much, but it's from Morphe, super affordable, super pretty, and a super creamy formula. I really love all of their pencils. Coffee and Kissy. It's a cute little name too. Going in with NARS and Honolulu Honey, I just applied like a swipe of it and then blended it out with my finger, again to create that dimension. The darker shades are on the outside, the lighter shades are on the inside, and I'm just patting and blending until I feel like it looks kind of cute. To add even more dimension, I'm going in with this lip gloss just in the center of my lip. Super light nude from MAC, and it's shiny, which I love a glossy lip. I mean, I pretty much always have slightly dry lips, so I like to always have a gloss on them. And then I decided to add a little more razzle dazzle and go in with the shade Cube. It's like an iridescent white shade that was in this Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I just feel like it added a little zhuzh, a little something extra. So I'm happy with this choice as well. Alright, here is the final look. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.